Kia ora, good evening. A whole new batch of severe weather warnings has the Met Service describing Auckland as really vulnerable. The recent deluge has left 40 homes uninhabitable and thousands of others damaged. Hundreds of flooded cars have been towed. The Ministry of Education has ordered all schools across the region to stay closed until the 7th of February, and Aucklanders are being urged to work from home. And with more severe weather forecasts, residents are being warned about more flooding, falling trees and transport issues. Adam Hollingworth has more.
Claire Bell and her husband Paul have a 2-year-old and another baby due in 3 weeks.
It looked bad enough in the night to just run.
Disaster struck on Friday night.
We just heard a mighty rumble. Everyone ran up onto the deck. We looked off, it's vertical down, and we quickly ran back in. Claire was putting the baby down and we all turned around. She came running into the lounge. She looked at us and we were all white as ghosts. And then we just went on auto, got on pack mode and got out of there.
Council staff say Titirangi has scores of slips, but this is the worst. Thankfully, Dad's an engineer and he insisted on a solid renovation.
Now that the weather is so severe, my dad made us redo this retaining wall.
So he saved your life?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Sound advice.
Now, instead of bush, there's a fresh vertical scar. Their garden was completely gone. You can see that there were tramps and there's various garden furniture in a 50-metre drop to the road below. The Bells are now living with parents for the foreseeable future.
I think we're in shock.
I think we're in, fix mode. What's the fix? What's the fix?
The council says 40 homes have red stickers. That means uninhabitable. 151 yellow, access restricted. 366 white, wait and hope. Nearly everyone on Paturoa Road in Titirangi has been stranded between slips with no car access.
No, nothing. No water, no power.
I got to bed and everything pulled apart.
91-year-old Paturoa resident Arthur Finch coped by putting his feet up, but he says he's being well looked after despite losing essentials.
I've seen more of my neighbours. There's like a few days on account of the weather. It's been very nice.
Hundreds like Finch are still without power. This tanker's distributing clean water.
Coping. Well, you have to, don't you? I mean, the thing is, the reality is this is minor. Some poor people have actually lost their houses.
Many have parked their cars above the slips just in case another big one cuts them off. This is one of scores of slips in Titirangi alone, many of which are still active, making the red weather warning all the more pressing. It won't take much to tip over tons more earth.
Auckland is really vulnerable to rain. We're completely saturated, so the amount of rain, not such a biggie in the historical context. It's not going to look like Friday. However, it doesn't need to.
And if the rain doesn't destroy, forecast 80 to 90 kilometre gusts might. When the ground's so wet, that's enough to tip trees over.
And Adam Hollingworth joins us live. Adam, a significant announcement for Auckland schools because of these floods.
Yes, Laura, under normal circumstances, every single individual school and early childhood centre would have been assessed this afternoon to decide whether to reopen tomorrow. But under this circumstance, the Education Secretary has taken the unprecedented step of deciding to push that all back by 1 week. They've called it also an upsetting move. However, that means that they will have more time to assess infrastructure and it will take traffic off the roads. Now, the former COVID rules will apply. That means that if you're an essential worker, you can still send your child to school. And it also ensures that schools can provide distance learning for everybody else. That leaves thousands of parents across Auckland scrambling to look after their children. One place they shouldn't really be going, though, is the beach, because nearly every single beach in Auckland City is deemed too unsafe to swim.
Adam Hollingworth, thanks for the update.